Hello, how's it going? My name is Aid Holder, and today is the second part of my wish list for Montana 16. And what I'm hoping for is more coaches and better strategy. I know it sounds like two different things, but hopefully, when I explain it, you'll understand why I think they should go together. And it's just one, and it's just one thing. But what I'm trying to say is, with more head coaches, I mean more head coaches, not just a head coach, a head trainer, and a head scout. I mean, I wish like there was more like I know like in NCAA they did a good job with the coaching carousel. I think that was a good thing, but there's more than just offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator and head coach. I mean, I'm not trying to say the whole NFL teams and college teams that they have. If the game could support that and do it, then that is cool. And I would say, yeah, just do that if you could do it. But I'm trying to say, have at least five coaches, and then have a head trainer and a scout. But the coaches I think they should have is head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams coach, assistant offensive coordinator, or a quarterback coach because this is Montana and he is a quarterback, and assistant defensive coordinator. And I'm saying this because if you had a team and it was not successful and it didn't win enough games and didn't make it to the playoffs and you wasn't happy with the coach you had, they should have it that you could go after uh, any coaches that you like. And if there was a team that was successful and made to the playoffs or won the championship, you should have it where they could go after any of those coaches or even the head coach that won the championship and try to offer more money. Because in free agency, I really never in Madden, and this goes back to Madden and also NBA 2K, I really never stress about getting my head coach that I always wanted back or assistant coaches or any other coach that I wanted to get. And that wasn't, they had that in a part of the off season, but it really didn't have to be there in my opinion because how it was so easy to just, maintain their contracts and get them back. And what I'm trying to say is, you just can't worry about the draft and free agency. You also have to worry about the coaches that you have. And it just won't be so easily as, oh, I lost that coach. Let me just get a different offensive coordinator. If the offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator had a different system that you want to run, and it will show that you guys will probably clash, it will have an effect on the players as well. So if you lost your offensive coordinator and a quarterback was a pocket thrower, but the new offense coordinator came out and he wants the quarterback to move more out of the pocket to extend the plays longer because he wants the wide receivers. He has like the wide receivers running different routes and cross from each other. So he will want the quarterback to be more limber so he can move out of the pocket and stretch the play longer. And the first offensive coordinator, head coach wants it as, get the ball out of your hand as quick as possible. That will clash and it will have an effect on the wide receivers, quarterback, everybody that's on the offensive side. And like I was saying, I think that would be cool because you won't just have to worry about free agency in the draft. You will literally have to worry about if this person comes and tries to take my offensive coordinator, what would happen? Because I know that I think there's a rule. I could be wrong in the NFL. If somebody comes up and tries to take a coach away, because I've seen the Cincinnati Bengals defensive back coach, he got a better job offering, and the Cincinnati Bengals, declined it and told him he has to stay true to his contract that they had with them. I think if they had that in the game as well, you will just cause conflict between that coach, and he may resent the team or he really doesn't care and he likes how the team is going. But if he had a job offering that was better and you pretty much stopped him from getting that job, it should have an effect that he pretty much doesn't care about this team, and now he's having a bad effect on the players too as well. So if you want to keep him, you may keep an unhappy coach and you may get players not playing their best because he's not giving his best to the team. And I know I'm going way too much in detail, but I was virtual football that got me into this SFL, and I think it's a cool thing. But I think if anything, it will help that too. Because if that was in the game and they use Montana 16, if that was in it, because nobody controls any of those players. They just have, it's a computer going against a computer, and if they ever had that in the game, that would be a cool ordeal. Like, oh, this team won a championship. A team offered an assistant coordinator a better job to be their head coach, but this team declined him, and now he's pretty much not trying his best with this team. And you could just show, and like he said, the wide receivers aren't running their route. They're running shorter. The quarterback is unsure of anything like that. I think that would be cool because that is somewhat that happens in the NFL. Sometimes it doesn't come out from the media, but some coaches just don't get along with each other, and sometimes they do, but something happens where they have a conflict against each other. I think that will make the game even better. I think it should have it if he got hired and now he's your head coach, or even still his same position. I think he should come and have the playbook of his last team. So if you go against them, you know every play that they are running. I think that would be even better too, because you always see it, a team loses their defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator. He goes to a new team to be the head coach. He may not have a good season, but he always plays good, and they always eventually win against the team that they used to be on because they know everything about that player and the playbook. And I think if they had that in Montana 16, that would just make the game even better. Like, you just don't have to pick up the controller and just play it, and you have a game plan like, oh, I run this. I run the ball twice and then I pass it. And I think it also should have like a little hint saying, hey, they like to run it 2 times and then pass it. And in the third quarter, he just likes to pass it and barely runs the ball. So I think you should right now have run support, and then in the third quarter, blitz him like crazy. Something like that, because that's how it is in the NFL and college. If a coach leaves, he knows if he plays against his old team, he has a good chance of winning because he knows those people. He knows the coach. He knows their play. And playing is flying by. So I'm not trying to ramble on. That is what I think, and hopefully it came through as I'm saying. I hope I explained it as well as I did. If I didn't, leave a comment and saying, hey, I really don't understand what the fuck you're saying, But that's what I'm trying to say is more coaches and having more strategy wise, because I'm not just saying just Madden, because also in NBA 2K, I have no problems getting my coaches back or having them leave. I even have no problem getting like coach that really cheap, and I still could do good and make it to the playoffs and win the championship. That's not a problem because it's on how you play the game. I think they should have it more like you just can't pick up the controller and you keep running your game plans and have it set, because it always works because the game has problems stopping it. I think it should have it like not the game having problems stopping it. The player that's playing that team is having a problem stopping it, and he needs to figure out how to stop it himself. I think that will make the game even better, and that's pretty much it. Hopefully, it came through quite clear. If you're wondering what this model is, I did not make it. I got off the computer, off the internet. I got off the internet. I typed in, game models for games, and there's people out there that's making models of any kinds of characters, sports, action, their ideas and stuff like that. This guy was for free, but some of them cost money. Some of them have full games, and you just have to put it on an engine and stuff like that. People are out there making their own games, so if you want to get your own model and you're thinking about making your own game, you could, you download these characters. You can't claim it as yours. You do have to, say this person made this or put them in the credits and stuff like that. And if you buy them, I haven't bought one yet, but like they have a contract agreement right when you buy the characters. But if you don't feel like making your own characters, going through all that motions of doing it, you could hopefully find one through the internet. Just type in football or basketball models and put it in. It also helps if you put like the engine you're using right by it, and sometimes it'll come out. Or even if this was supposed to be on a Unity engine and it works on the Unreal Engine. So if he was wondering about that, and I just found him and he was for free, so I just downloaded him for fun. But yeah, and I'm not trying to make a sports game. If you was thinking I'm trying to make one, I'm trying to make a game, but I'm not trying to make a sports one. I think that would take too much time. But like, subscribe if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. Tell me if you like my idea. Tell me if you don't understand what the fuck I'm saying, you know. Hopefully you guys see me in the near future. I'm out of here. Toodaloo.